Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another video for Vanguard Zero. It's time for the Shutdown Arc to continue. And now I'm just waiting for things to load here. I've already selected my clan. It appears that Chrono has awakened a second depend card. He's also stated his intention to put a stop to me. He's also stated his intention to put a stop to Ryuzu Myojin's plans. Did he make that decision while knowing about Ryu's accident? What's that got to do with it? It would be dangerous to take a stand against him without knowing for sure. The connection between Chrono and Ryuzu Myojin is just too strong. That was a lot of fun. That is why I love Vanguard so much. Ryuzu Myojin, he has a specific goal. He plans to summon units from the planet Cray, and then use them as tools to further his own ambitions. Any units called by him are stripped of their free will, becoming puppets under his full control. If he's allowed to release such power into the world, you can imagine the trouble that would cause. There's no way I can forgive him for this. I have to stop Myojin from doing it. I can't allow him to do anything that would cause so much suffering. In that case, I must awaken the remaining depend cards as soon as I can. I'm just returning it to its rightful owner. Your father's the one who left it for you. Do you have the strength to fulfill your father's will? My father's will. How am I meant to know what that was? He was hardly ever with me. Want me to tell you about your father? What do you know? The truth of it is, your father, Rai Shindo, and I fought together on the same team. My father and you... What? It was like the two of us were taking on the whole world. Rai was the ace of the team, both in terms of his skill and his mental agility. In my eyes, your father was the master of Vanguard, a cherished rival for me to compete against, and a true friend. Someone I could talk to about absolutely anything. Why have you decided to tell me this now? From the first moment I saw you, I could see your father in you, but it didn't feel right to dig up the past. All those sad memories. Hey Shin, look at this. Any idea what it is? I've been told that my dad left it to me. Maybe he mentioned something to you about it? I'm sorry, doesn't ring a bell. I don't know. What aren't you telling me? On another subject, I've heard you want to put a stop to Ryuzu Myojin's plans. Ryuzu Myojin must be stopped at all costs, so yes. I only recently heard about it myself. My question to you, Chrono, is, are you prepared to do what it takes to fight Myojin? Of course I am. And why is that? Myojin's plans are to summon Vanguard units down to this world. He's going to cause total chaos and destruction. It's gonna cause total chaos and destruction? There's no way I can let that happen. There's no way I can let that happen. Are you sure of that? What you just told me. Could you pledge the same in front of her? Could you pledge the same in front of her? Aunt Mikuru? I'm the one who invited her here. Because she's your family. And she cares about you more than anyone else. Chrono, I don't want you doing this. I don't want you to have any involvement with your father's accident. I don't want you to be exposed to that sort of danger. If you engage Myojin, you could end up experiencing the same fate as your father. If you engage Myojin, you could end up experiencing the same fate as your father. Okay, well, are you hiding anything from Chrono or not? Jane? If you're telling Chrono the truth, then why aren't you able to tell him what those defense cards are? You mean I could lose my life? After my dad died, I was sent to the orphanage. Mikuru always came to visit me. She had to work her way through a university, often sacrificing valuable sleep, just so she could pay the bills. I don't want to worry Mikuru, not after all she's done for me. And yet, I'll ask you one more time. Do you still want to go ahead and confront Myojin? If I don't... Okay, interesting timing for the emulator to freeze. I'm not sure how to respond to this. I'm sure about a lot of things, Shin. I mean, obviously I'm not Chrono, but I'm sure Chrono has already made up his mind. Once he's made up his mind, you can't change it. That's kind of what it's like to be a teenager. You just make up your mind and no one can stop you. No one can stop you from being stupid either. No one could stop me from being dumb when I was a teenager. I was often quite dumb. I mean, I wasn't the same kind of stupid as everyone else, but I had my own brand of stupidity, just as every teenager did, and still does. Okay, now I went through so much growing up that I'm just like, yeah, of course I made some mistakes because I went through so much shit. I still have gone through so much shit. I'm still going through shit as we speak. Anyway, whenever I show off a lot of emotion in these videos, it's always voluntarily. Because I wouldn't upload anything that if I wouldn't upload something if I wasn't willing to let the internet see it. I'm willing to let the internet see anything that I've uploaded. Now, is it a good idea for me to have uploaded it? No idea, but once I've uploaded it, it's on YouTube and I can't change that. Well, I could delete it from the internet, actually. I mean, I don't have as many subscribers, so I could reasonably delete it, and most people would never know about it. But that doesn't... I mean, I uploaded it to the platform for a reason. If it's on the platform, it's intended to stay on the platform. And now, obviously, things are going to change when if I ever end up with a bigger channel, I'm going to have to start thinking about what to do if I keep getting subscribers. So, yeah. I know that channels can grow, and I don't know how big mine is going to get. But I do know that eventually Duel Links will die. And at that point, my channel is going to change a bit. Because Duel Links won't be around anymore. And I'm still trying to think about it because I don't necessarily want to stop making some of the content I'm making just because a few games shut down. But I don't know how to deal with that. I'm still thinking about it. Okay, hold on a second. I can turn the sound back on. And the sound is back on. Alright. Now I just have to power through. When I see Makuru, I can slow down a bit. But until I've seen her, I know that I've read through that. And that was some interesting timing. Like, she was just like, I'm gonna ask you again. And the emulator freezes, like there's some doubt or something. And though I do know that Chrono is having an internal crisis there with that question, but that doesn't mean he's not serious about it. Okay, now hold on. Aunt Mikuru, yeah, I wish I could still talk to my aunt. I mean, I could, actually. There's nothing stopping me. Although, honestly, I would honestly have to clarify which aunt I'm talking about, since I actually have 3. 4, technically. 4, well, yeah. Most adults in my life got a divorce. And my uncle got one. And yeah. Yeah, I don't really... I mean, there were only a couple of successful marriages in my childhood. Actually, there were 3. Like, my grandparents, they stayed married for their entire lives. And then there was one aunt who managed to stay together with her husband, who I don't talk to anymore. And I don't know anything about her anymore. And I don't know if I'd be comfortable speaking to her, because she's religious, and I'm not. And I'm sure some of my cousins are religious, and yeah. That would probably complicate things a bit. Although I did go through some weird shit, I'm spiritual, but not religious. And I know that I've got some controversial opinions when it comes to religion, so I'm just going to continue here. I'll ask you one more time. Do you still want to go ahead and confront Myojin? If I don't, who's going to stop him? Good call, Chrono, good call. How can you be so sure that if I fight Myojin, I'll meet the same fate as my father? You can't know that. Yeah, they're not psychic. Chrono, you know that your father died in an accident, don't you? Was it an accident that can be reported on by the news? Just asking you, Shane. Yes. The only other person who was with Rive at the time of the accident was Ryozu Myojin. Myojin was there when my father died? Officially, it was deemed an accident. However, the only one who knows what really happened is Myojin. What if he's the type of person who would show no hesitation in eliminating anyone who opposes him? In other words, he's basically accusing Ryozu Myojin of murder. Ryozu Myojin is being... I mean, it's complicated. Because Ryozu Myojin is technically... Well, he's not the type of person that would murder heartlessly, but he would murder someone. He's just not the kind of person that I would think... He's not the kind of person I'm comfortable accusing of being a killer. I'm not comfortable saying he's a murderer. But he is a villain, and that is why I should have no hesitation in being like, yes, he would kill anyone that stands in his way. But I'm just like, but I know what kind of person he is. So I'm like, would that really be a good thing to be like, yes, he's absolutely like that? It's a bit more complicated than that. Don't you think there's a chance he'd want to dispose of you too? And there's not just herself to think about. What, Mikuru? She's in danger too? So I ask you again, are you still determined to go after him, knowing what's at stake here? Prove to me how determined you are. Show me what you're made of. Stand up, Vanguard. Alright, I'll prove it to you. Even if Chrono were to stand back, she could still be in danger. Isn't Shin going to think about that? Is he going to think about that because Myojin sure isn't trustworthy? I may be hesitant to say that he'd like to kill someone, but not really. It's not like that with him, actually. I think he's willing to kill, but, you know, not because he wants to. And I'm still not that comfortable accusing him of murder. It just sounds like it from the way that Shin was talking. Because Shin, I mean, from what he's saying, Ryozu Myojin looks pretty suspicious, doesn't he? He looks like someone that kills a person. In real life, he'd have been arrested. Alright, and now it's Shin's turn. There's actually a season of Vanguard that actually has Shin as the protagonist. And in that season, he's using a different clan. Now, what kind of a protagonist was he? Well, he was something, I'll tell you that. Okay, I'm attacking. Okay, and this attack will hit. Alright, your move. I'll show you my resolve. I mean, honestly, no matter what happens, Chrono kind of has to do this. He can avenge his father like his father is dead. I mean, he's considered dead, yes, but that's to the best of everyone's knowledge. Like, so far we know that Myojin was the last person that saw him, but we have no confirmation that Myojin saw him die. All we know is that he's considered to be dead, which isn't actual confirmation without, you know, someone saying that he saw without someone saying that they saw his corpse. It's kind of impossible to be sure that he's actually dead. But I'm just being logical here. It's most likely that he's actually dead. But you know, does Ibuki know something that the rest of us doesn't? I mean, what? Does Ibuki know something that the rest of us don't know? Just saying. Perhaps that may explain something. Not sure what. I mean, I've got holes that have been created because so much time has passed. My memory is bad. Not bad enough to see a professional, but still pretty bad. I used to wonder if it was bad enough to see a professional, but it turns out that I recovered just fine. My memory used to be worse. Yes, my memory used to be worse because of what I did to myself. Now, did I want to do it to myself? Well, no, but I damaged my memory. I damaged my cognitive abilities as well. Did I want to? Well, no, it's just a side effect of being depressed. Depression lies to you. And it definitely lied to me. And gave me all sorts of issues that didn't have to exist. But in some ways, it's not the healthcare system in this country that really caused my health to become what it was. I can't blame it all on the system. But the system did speed up my development of anhedonia, which I would have developed anyway without it. Okay, no striding. I don't have to stride. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this card in the back row because I can! Alright, and Legion. I seek the mate. Okay, so he looks suspicious. He looks prepared. And because he looks prepared, I have to strike him down. Okay. I don't think I actually can, though, unless I draw a trigger. Never mind. I would need a lot of triggers, actually. I'll retire that one. Baiting you. Hopefully I don't have to be baiting you, but I'm probably baiting you, unfortunately, for me. Nice, nice. That was still good. Honestly, it still was good enough for me. Obviously, I didn't finish him off, but that's okay. Alright, well then, he's striding. I've got protection. You have to get through my guards first if you want to get to me. Ugh. This is one of my issues with Murakumo. It's just, it can clone units. And then you have an entire full field. And I don't really have much to protect me here. Well, at the very least, are any of them grade 2s? I don't see, no, not, actually none of them are. Okay. And his Vanguard restood. It stood back up. Well, that sucks for me, doesn't it? Well, I live. I live! Yeah, that's right. Do you have another one? By the way, if you do, I'm going to just destroy you right now. Let's see. Stride! It's my turn to stride. My turn. Alright, let's see. Okay, when this unit attacks... Okay. Proceed to the battle phase? No. No, there are way too many cards on in my hand for that. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to attack his rear guard. I would like to strip him of everything he had. Okay, attack. I didn't expect that to hit. I guess I'm giving the AI too much credit. Well, it's not like I was paying attention when I did this. The first time I cleared it, it was just auto fight. That's it. I wasn't really doing it myself, to my knowledge. At least I don't remember it doing that. I was lazy right to the very end. But the fact I could auto-fight the final boss and win is kind of pathetic. Kind of pathetic. Yeah, that's right. What are you going to do about it, Gastiel? I called your boss a pathetic... We're going to move on. I'm speechless. How that... I don't know how I feel. I'm kind of disturbed. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to elaborate because no. No, that's too much. No. Just because I can say it doesn't mean I should. Vanguard. This game has changed my life. It gave me some wonderful experiences and introduced me to some good friends. But there's Makuru has taken such good care of me. And there's Vanguard, which has made such a difference to my life. And there's Vanguard, which has made such a difference in my life. Well, Chrono and I are having a bit of the same crisis here. He's trying to weigh his options. He's like, there's this, but then there's this person who is taking good care of me, and I don't want her to be in danger. And the similarities here are basically this. Eventually, you have to do what's best for you. It can't be what everyone else feels. You have to prioritize you and what makes you happy at some point. You can't always think of others, because if you do that, you'll end up like me and become awful. I'm not awful, but I mean, I'm just thinking about what I was going to say, and I'm like, no, I don't want to say that, no. But anyway, Chrono, make the decision that's right for you, because that's the right decision. You can't think about other people, you have to think about you, and what makes you happy. And just like I had to do the same thing and go through the same process and I had to go through the same level of suffering, and I'm much older. It's so bad. I really suck at this, don't I? Well, I've still got a point, even if I'm struggling with it. Why do I have to choose between the two? Because real life is hard, Chrono. Vanguard, this game has changed my life. It gave me some wonderful experiences and introduced me to some good friends. But there's Makuru, who has taken such good care of me. And there's Vanguard, which has made such a difference in my life. Why do I have to choose between the two? I don't want to see that look on your face. I can see how Vanguard makes you happy. I don't want to take that enjoyment away from you. But that doesn't stop me being worried about you. I lost someone I loved, and I never want to go through that again. So I really don't want you getting involved with that business involving my brother. I don't know, Makuru. I think avenging is I think it's a nice feeling when you kick someone's ass, and you basically just avenge the death of your family member, even though that's not actually why you were fighting them in the first place. So I really don't want you getting involved with that business involving my brother. However, I can't bear to see you suffering while you play Vanguard, no matter how much you love it. I'm not sure what to think or what to do. I need you to tell me. How do you feel? What do you really feel inside? How do I feel? That's what you want to know. I don't want to make Makuru unhappy, but if it weren't for Vanguard, I would have never been able to face Makuru. Turning my back on you would be the same as turning my back on her. I can't do it. There's no way I can choose one over the other. And therefore, I have to try and protect both. Protect my family and protect Vanguard. Not give up either, and protect both. What makes you think you can have the best of both worlds in this? Not give up either and protect both. What makes you think you can have the best of both worlds in this? I don't just think it, I know it. I finally realized you are the mirror that reflects my soul, the other part of me. Yes, Vanguard is me, and I am Vanguard. I have no idea what that means. I still don't understand that line, Chrono. It's clear you can do this. It's clear you can do this. Congratulations. If you believe you must follow this path, go for it. Thank you, Mukuru. Your father would have been proud of you. You say that Vanguard is you and you're Vanguard. If that's the case, then it's my duty to help protect you. You may have left us, Rive, but your will is alive and well in Chrono. Should anything happen to you, you don't have to worry about Mukuru. I'll be there to protect her. I'm counting on you. Hey, you two. Hey, you two. Why the whispers? You know, I never had any idea what your father was thinking most of the time. Yeah, I mean, when you have a lot on your mind, you don't really have time to talk about it. Just saying. Oh my god. And when it came to work stuff, you rarely mentioned it when he rarely mentioned it when he was at home. He probably had, like... It was probably bound to a confidentiality contract. Yeah, I probably couldn't discuss what he was dealing with because it was, like, confidential. Confidential! Yeah, so, you know. Can't talk about confidential stuff, you know that, Mukuru. Legal and all that garbage. It's done. I've made my mind up. I may not know why my dad left this card for me. But one thing's for sure, I will use it to help protect my family and Vanguard. That's a wise decision. It's clear you're the one who's meant to have that card. Take the responsibility that comes with it. Yes, Chrono, do it! And I believe the next part is also a card fight. But I will take time. I'm gonna kick ass. I always kick ass. Remember when I got stuck once and the main reason I was stuck was because I was card fighting against Kamui? Yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here and I'll get back to everyone when I've picked out my deck.